Hi, this is Jeff.
And this is Steve.
From the 12A Podcast,
where we talk entertainment and movies.
Under a budget.
Listen to us at 4eyeradio.com.
And now, enjoy our friends on this next podcast.
Hey listeners, Eric here, also known as Trekkie B47, from the Starfleet Escape Podcast and the Ranger Command Power Hour. The more phenomenal episode you're about to listen to is brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
We know how to make some music, and the music ain't supposed to stand still. And little bits of intro into the music ain't enough. Music is all consuming, I will tell you.
You should've stuck with the original plan to be a little man. Should've kept it simple before the shit hit the fan. Give the kid a nipple cause he sucks. Take the microphone from his fist, he doesn't know how to clutch. You wanna treat it like a playground? Well, we can joke about your takedown and let your pride get hurt when I tug on your skirt like, shut the fuck up, professionals are trying to work. And to the people that don't feel us, fuck them. Don't need them, can't see them, never leave them, never loved them. Stuff them full of dick till the whole rips and let them know that's what they get for that whole shit. Oh my goodness, sluggo wouldn't flip this style. I haven't really heard them act like this in a while. Bullshit, still broken, I still fake the smile. Go ahead and download my dick to a file. Yo, you heard Slug sing his songs about women like he must be a weakling. I know I can fuck with him. For those that wanna ride, come on, climb aboard. I'ma be an asshole for as long as I'm ignored. So either call my bluff or turn the volume up and make noise for the women that swallow stuff. And put your hands up if you feel the music, cause all that matters is the bass and the movement.
I have a friend here who needs to put the brake.
Hello, world. How we doing? We out there?
Hello.
We feeling it? That was a little little aggressive way to start the week here, but
It's all about the bass and the movement.
nothing matters but the bass and the movement.
Absolutely, I agree. Couldn't agree more.
That was a little slug for your eardrums. If you were wondering, I think we've spoken about him before. One of our favorite human beings. Well, Slug is obviously a part of Atmosphere. That's a little God Loves Ugly. That's a little throwback to the bass and the movement.
Man, it's got to be like 12 years old or something.
Oh, more than
Maybe
that,
more
I
than
think.
that. 13.
I think it's, yeah, well, I guess it was at 01.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's simple math there.
That's a good one, dude.
I was
Jason
like-
moving every track on there.
I liked how back then he was just talking about, it was such a throwback to what MCs used to be. Just talking about why you suck as an MC and why I'm better than you. Give the kid a nickel because he sucks. Grab the microphone out of his hand. He doesn't know how to clutch.
I think he says nipple.
A nipple because he sucks. Oh, that's right. That would make more sense. I always thought it was nickel.
Give
I
the
guess
kid
I never
a nipple
really thought
because he
about
sucks.
it. And
What'd you say? Something about you should pay somebody to write your shit so then it won't hurt so much when they don't like your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Silly putty in a puddle of beer.
He says, step off. That's a hot one.
He's great, man. I love that guy. He was just here on Labor Day weekend.
2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah. Somebody just was talking about that concert.
Yeah. What's his name? That kid.
Yeah,
from
the
Sunday,
guy that we befriended and then realized he was a Steelers fan, but he's good. He's an alright guy.
Scary moment though when you found out when you're sitting across the table
Well,
from him.
especially when
during
you've invited him to watch football on Sunday.
and all of a sudden he's
Why are
looking
you
up
looking at that screen, man?
Yeah, and why are you excited for this first down the Steelers just got?
Yeah, I didn't like that guy at that point, but overall, pretty good guy.
I have some questions.
He said he went to that concert. It was strong, quite strong.
Yeah, that was great. His face, he was like, "Oh my god, it was amazing." He crushed it. And somebody saw it with somebody else, and they were like, "Whatever." But Atmosphere just blew their mind.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you've never seen Atmosphere live, get the fuck out there and see Atmosphere live. Yeah. They put it down every time.
That's how Carolina got in it. She'd never seen, or she knew one song. She knew Sunshine, and then she went to the show, a free show in Utah. She was like, "This is incredible."
Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's a good MC, and that's hard to do. And if you want to be anything in music, it's all about the live show now. And so you always gotta, because hip hop shows are always weird because it's just like a dude spitting rhymes.
There's DJs behind him.
You've got to be able to put on a show. Right. You got to be able to be an MC. MC means move the crowd. And
I also think it's master of ceremony.
Well, Rakim always said MC means move the crowd.
Yes.
And he was the man in it. Because you got to control the crowd, right?
Absolutely.
Black Thought, nobody's better.
Well, yeah, when it started out, it was the DJs, they were just cutting. And then you have your MCs up there.
And it was his job to get them into it.
Talking about the DJ, repping their DJ. And then Rakim and guys like...
Rakim and Kool Mo D and Big Daddy Kane, those guys knew the art of getting everybody involved. I always think about it when I'm on stage.
Clap your hands.
Doing comedy. Because you have to get them to do what you want them to do, even if I just want them to laugh, but you want them to be in it. You want them to be involved in the show.
Feel the energy for sure.
There's nobody better now than Black Thought from The Roots. If you've never seen The Roots, or Common is really good. Because Common's by himself.
I remember J5 put on a
J5 was good, but they have 5 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, one person is always impressive to me. And The Roots, I guess, are a band too, so that's... But... Yeah, J5 puts on a hell of a show.
I remember being like, "Oh my god, these guys are really doing it."
Because they get it, and then
Before
all of a sudden
they were just another face on the bus, man.
Yeah, that is true. And they also control the crowd so much so that at one point we're all putting up our fist for Black Power, and you turn around and it's 95% white people at this J5 concert. But
yeah,
I got
Black
fist
Power.
to the air, dude.
At the same time, Black Power. I'm into it.
Yeah, let's do it. And but yeah. Common is also good, and Kendrick Lamar of the younger guys that I've seen is pretty good at it too. MC. But Atmosphere puts it down for sure.
Absolutely, dude.
Other things occurring, guys. It's been what happened in the week that was.
Yeah, what did happen, man? We
Ray had a rough week.
Oh man, all the news about your football team ain't been good news.
Speaking of that, first of all, just a quick side note from Ray Rice's debacle, but you were referring to a Steve Harvey joke from the original Kings of Comedy. Steve Harvey on Fallon.
Kind of the same thing.
But
he was talking about Ray Caruth when he tried to have his wife killed.
All news about your football team ain't been good news. Steve Harvey was just on Fallon.
Oh, man.
How good is that?
How hard were we laughing watching that?
I think Steve Harvey is one of those people that
just naturally
is just funny.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't have to say a word. He's just looking at you.
He'll kill you with the look. He is so funny to me. And he's the best host ever. He did the Family Feud on Fallon.
On late night, yeah, that was great. The Roots versus Team Fallon. That was very funny.
That was hilarious. But the joke that he made about Ray Caruth is not applicable to Ray Rice because Ray Rice did not kill anybody. But he is in a bad place right now.
Oh man, that's an understatement, I think.
Where were you when you saw the video?
I was I think I was at home. I was just
acting like this is like the big. Where were you when you saw the Ray Rice video?
What happened? Where were you when that happened? No, but yeah. Well, the thing is, I remember somebody. I was on Facebook, I think, and I saw somebody posted he should be out of the league, or it was trending. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I went and checked it out, and yeah, man, that is awful. You don't want to see that.
It's tough because
you saw the video before where they're coming out of the elevator, so you kind of thought in your mind you knew,
right?
Obviously,
but your mind doesn't. Your mind, because I think in our brains we're always trying to take the easiest route to the conclusion, and your brain was like, well, this probably happened, and maybe she fell and hit.
Then when you see it, you're just like, oh my god, what a piece of shit.
It is weird though, aren't you? Don't you think it's weird that we reacted in such a way because we did know what happened? I think that's the most empowering thing from it is that the two words domestic violence mean so little to us as a society because that is domestic violence.
Yeah.
But doesn't elicit that reaction when you see those two words together. But when you see that video,
oh my god,
that is domestic violence, and we should have already reacted initially because he knocked out. We knew that he hit his fiance hard enough where she's on the ground, but our brain was like, well, it wasn't that bad though.
Right.
Well, what'd you expect? Have you ever seen a dude get knocked out at a bar? It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, but it's just and then that brings up all sorts of questions with Goodell and the NFL, and did they know? When did they know? And then it's like
now with Goodell, now they got news that they knew, or that they had the
and an executive
DVD.
in the NFL office had
It's a lot of
had the video
vagueness in
like
that
April.
report. A lot of vague reporting.
Yeah, what do you think? Think Rodgers going to lose his job here?
I think he should lose his job.
Yeah,
I do. I think that he should lose his job. And he's done it to himself. He's an idiot for wanting to be the czar of this whole thing. He's the guy that wanted all this power. He wanted to be, the judge and jury, so to speak. Well, now you are. And then you fucked up his
really
dad.
bad. You fucked up really bad.
I mean, it's kind of weird, too, because now we're struggling with... It's almost like an overreaction to the initial underreaction.
Yeah.
Initially, we all underreacted, and
Well,
we
I
were
remember-
mad at him about that. And now he's overreacting to his underreaction, which is indefinite suspension to him. And now he's cut from the Baltimore Ravens. And now all this other shit's coming out that Goodell might have lied to us about what he knew anyway. But it's all fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up. And you know who underreacted the most was fucking the police in Jersey.
Yeah. How are they not?
How is he? How is this guy not?
He's got video
being
of
prosecuted?
him punching. How is he not in jail right now? And they let him off because apparently the wife, now his wife, she married him a month after this happened.
Well, because
she said,
love is blind.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, she's going to be blind if she stays in this relationship.
Yeah.
But, it's insane that like, if you just say you're a football player or a celebrity, it's like a different judicial system.
Well, yeah.
If that was just a regular guy at the casino in New Jersey that night and punched his wife in the elevator, he would be in jail, arrested.
Oh, yeah.
And go on trial to be in jail for a very long time.
But then you could just, if you got power, if you can
And
look
if
at
you
the
got
dude
money
and
to
say,
throw
you
at
know
it
what I
too.
did on 4th and 29 a couple years ago?
Oh my God.
Remember that?
And he's probably like, I know.
Like,
All right. I'm going
All
to
right,
take these
you're fine.
cuffs off, but don't tell
the
anybody.
last people we should have counted on to do the right thing is the New Jersey judicial system. I
We're
guess.
talking to you, Robert Tiska.
So that's rough. I do think the weirdest thing to me, though, is our country's reaction to a video. And I guess it's almost like I heard somebody comparing it to the good comparison was like how Rodney King, like you knew there was police brutality.
You see that
You always
video.
knew that was a thing. And then you saw that and it was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a thing. And hopefully, I guess, I don't know, maybe this sheds some light on domestic violence. It's not a good thing. But I do think that the video is weird.
Yeah, domestic violence is like, you never see it. You don't see people out in the streets beating their wife, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you never really, what are you going to go look for a video like that? I guess it's good that it finally is going to get some publicity.
Yeah. Especially in the NFL world and in the pro sport world, I feel like it occurs far too often,
Yeah.
and those things in there turn a blind eye to it.
I actually just read this thing, Greg Hardy, the defensive.
That is bad. If that
Yeah.
was on video, I heard that's not.
No, not that it's on video. The fact that he played this weekend, and he's already been convicted, and the only reason he's playing is because he's appealing the suspension from the league. Which, if at this point, just suspend the guy. Are you kidding me?
The team, take the suspension. You hit somebody
Apparently,
and
he
you're convicted.
beat the hell out. Yeah, I mean, if you hit a girl, just hit her. I mean, apparently he beat the hell out of her.
He might lose his job.
He should.
But it's weird. The reaction is always like the video. We knew what the video was. It's like somebody telling you, "Oh yeah, I got a video of this guy hitting this girl," and then you're like, "Oh fuck, that's you should say, oh that's horrible," but then you look at it and it's like, "Oh fuck, that's my brain doesn't go." It's like I remember being described what the video of 2 Girls 1 Cup is.
Oh my God!
And at the same time, you're like,
Jesus.
you're like, what is it?
It can be that bad.
What? Yeah, and then in your mind,
oh Jesus!
yeah, exactly. In our mind, for some reason, we're like,
I
there's a
can take
video, and this is what happened.
And then because people are telling you, well, with 2 Girls 1 Cup, it's a different situation. But they're like, dude, oh no, man, you're gonna throw up. And like, yeah, I can see. I've seen some pretty nasty shit, man. Bring it on.
2 Girls, what is it? That's 2 girls, and
They
kind of get the
It gets pretty gross, man.
some fecal matter.
That is a horrible, horrible video.
Yeah, so that's where my mind goes.
It's to 2 Girls 1 Cup,
Yeah.
like that. It was good to have the NFL back, though. This weekend was fantastic.
Yeah, well, I guess it's a poor analogy, but the black eye of the NFL is now not in the NFL anymore. Get Ray Rice out of there.
Okay.
And now we've just got the rest of the football to be played.
Yeah, we enjoyed a nice little Sunday fun day.
Oh yeah,
Cold beers and hot showers.
Bengals snuck out a W. They beat those fucking Baltimore Ravens. You're welcome, world.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't know if we were going to win for a minute there. I had a bad feeling after Steve Smith scored that touchdown, but Adriel Jeremiah Green came through.
yeah, it was a great W. I think I was saying last week, if we want to be the team that we think we are, you win a road division game to start the season.
Absolutely.
And you put your nuts out there, and you hope they don't forget the smell.
You have to make those plays.
You gotta hope. Put your balls out there. Let them breathe a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hope that they don't forget the smell.
Yeah, I hope they remember the smell.
All right. I'm into that, dude. That's a good quote. I'm going to write that down. That's going to go on my tombstone.
Bengals got in that ass. They stayed in that ass. And then Adriel Jeremiah kind of ripped that ass open.
Yeah, and it was good to see. Get the Houday crew back together.
Yeah, we got some natty cats that came out.
Yeah, how'd Carolina do? Did Carolina do okay?
Yeah, and Johnny Boy brought the girl and thought she really held it down.
She did okay, yeah. Because sometimes you can bring the girl and you're almost in that moment where you're like, we're gonna break up if this is how you're gonna act.
Well,
every Sunday.
It's
she was great though.
Yeah, is she going to be on the Houday crew? Is she going to be a Bengal pup?
She loves she likes the Bengals, but I don't know about every Sunday.
I like how you're like, she loves the Bengals. She does not love the Bengals.
No, she does not.
She loves you.
And I love the Bengals.
And that's, yeah.
I don't love Pinterest, you know what I mean? But she loves Pinterest.
Right. And you tolerate it. It's tough bringing the girl into that dynamic. It's always tough, and there's always the conversation. You know, I'm usually a little too upfront with it. I remember just being like, yeah, you don't want to be here.
Yeah, no.
But at the same time, am I lying? No, I'm not lying. Am I saying it in a way where I probably shouldn't say it? Yeah, probably. A little callous.
Well, she at the end of the day when we got home, she was like, yeah, maybe next Sunday you just go do that by yourself. I'm like, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Because, she doesn't want to do that. We're just a bunch of dudes being a bunch of dudes. Your buddies are over there talking about the girl with the donkey at the bar. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Carolina there. But Carolina was cool about it. She was giving opinions. She didn't get grossed out by the donkey talk.
It is one of those things, though. It doesn't matter. And I don't know if women will ever really understand that. I don't even understand it as a man, but it doesn't matter how committed of a relationship you're in. If you're watching football with the boys, you're talking about somebody's ass that you just walk by and you're like, ooh, that's a nice little stinker she's got on her.
It's true, yeah. How about our server, man? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't even notice our server.
Yeah, we have a server.
Yeah, whatever, man. I've just been staring at my girlfriend.
It's crazy. Men just become... We are an interesting breed.
And we were in Steelers territory, man. We were in like Steelers corner.
Well, yeah, but fuck them. I mean, they're just bad people. And so I think we were good. And we were in the right. We were out there doing God's work.
Exactly.
Beating the Ravens.
They're working for the devil.
And, I think the beautiful thing about the AFC North, I think we were touching on this last week too. You've got the AFC North. You've got one team that's got a wife beater on it, and or a fiance beater, I should say.
Okay.
She ended up being the wife. And one team that's got the Doobie Brothers as a backfield, smoking La Yerba, which I don't frown upon that. But if you're in the league,
especially if you're in a car driving,
act right. Yeah,
to the airport.
They did some dumb shit. Yeah. And then you've got one guy that is a diva of a quarterback that still hasn't proven himself as an individual, but he sure can put it down in Vegas. And then you got the Bengals, who are fucking doing the right thing. And the only headline they had of the week is, one of the headlines was they beat Baltimore, and the other headline was that they're giving back 100% of all money for Devin Still jerseys being sold to pediatric cancer.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's amazing.
How the tables have turned, right?
Mm-hmm. No one
5 years ago.
We were getting arrested left and right. Ocho Cinco was...
The Odell years?
Good God. Remember that? We had like 15 Bengals arrested. There's only 53 guys on the roster, man.
Yeah. Even Eric Steinbach got arrested.
Drinking on the river. I remember that one. That was pretty good.
That was the one where you're like, wow.
Well, he even looked at the cop. That was the best. He said, cop said, have you had anything to drink? He said, I had 10 to 12 beers at dinner.
Yeah.
Get off the boat. Get off the boat. But what are you going to do? The guys are
Not have 10 to 12 beers at dinner?
It's dinner. You got to have 10 to 12 beers, right?
It was
12
dinner,
packs
actually.
for dinner.
I
Yeah.
didn't even eat.
Did you eat? No, I just had beer.
Had 10 or 12 beers.
For dinner. Did I say with
It
dinner?
wasn't 11.
I said for dinner. I used one beer to base the brats, and then had 11 beers.
To beer base the beers.
And then I drank the rest of the 12 pack.
The Bengals win, and then you spend Monday, most of Tuesday, just looking up news, and then you read every article that they.
I found that there were no videos. Of
Well,
the game.
the issue after the Bengals win is not enough people are talking about them. Every time, nobody, we get this W, and nobody's
Nobody
talking about
cares.
us. I feel like, and if they are, it's not enough.
Mike, I'd rather have it that way. Let them not talk.
Yeah, they never do give us the respect.
Fine.
Because what people do when they give us respect is they realize that we eventually shit on them.
Yeah,
It's like being a
just-
Bengals fan. I get it.
Under the radar. Let's fly.
We're always under the radar.
Under the radar. Let's
tough.
stay there.
But yeah, Bengals looked good, and then that was football weekend.
That was Sunday.
That
talking
was
about Monday.
Sunday, and then Monday night, what do we do?
Monday Night Football. Bum, 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 bum.
And we got to go to the game, and we didn't have to listen to Berman call it.
Oh.
Hey, yo, he's bad at that. He's bad.
Getting old, yeah. And then when you
Well,
see
he's
him
just he's an annoying person.
back. Oh, that's baseball.
But that's still kind of him.
He could go all the.
He's the worst, I think.
Really?
I do not like Berman,
I
yeah.
like him. He's all right.
All he is just like,
Scotch. He's made of scotch, dude.
he looks like a guy that's made
He
of
looks
scotch.
like he enjoys a nice highball.
He looks like a dude that's neglected every child he might or might not have had.
I think he might have been a lone goose. On
But
this one.
he's father to everybody else in the world.
Absolutely.
Everybody looks up to him as a father figure. Meanwhile, I bet he's got 3 kids at home that hate him.
He's paid though, dude. He is paid.
Oh yeah,
My God, he was in there.
you ever seen
swimwear?
him spaz out?
Yeah. One fucking. Or is it? You got 15 minutes to fucking move around.
Yeah.
That's good.
You can't have a bad day on those sets, though.
No.
I would probably freak out if I was in the limelight. I'd be screaming at people. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. That's
Monday
my
Night Football
favorite.
was fun though. I mean, but
Yeah,
you
we went
also
to the
realize
Arizona
that if it's not your team, I don't give a shit. I mean, I like watching the Cardinals, I guess, when I'm at my house and they're on TV because everybody's. But I don't care. I couldn't care less when I was out there.
Yeah, I was thinking about just being not there, kind of being home.
Yeah, thinking about looking at your watch, like I can't believe you have to drive an hour.
Well, and then you're like, oh, this is a good game. But then you're like, I don't care.
I don't care who wins.
I didn't care at all. And that's the other thing, too. I mean, people like... NFL's weird because people will watch a game that their team is not even involved in because of like fantasy and stuff. I don't get that. I don't get it. I understand that like there's fantasy football and stuff, but like I don't have to watch them do it.
Right.
I'll
If
just be
it's
like,
gonna happen,
oh,
it's
it
gonna
happened.
happen,
Yeah,
yeah.
look at that. I'm watching. Like I'm so stressed for 3 hours watching the Bengals. I don't need any other.
Stress. Not at all.
If there's another
and it was
game.
fun. I guess it was fun. It was still fun.
The bar's good. The bar's good when you got every game going on at the same time.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's crazy.
Like when Antonio Brown kicked that punter. That was pretty exciting at the bar. The whole place was going,
Yeah.
laughing, high fiving.
When it's 1 and there's a Bengals game on a Sunday or 10 o'clock out here, and we're watching all the games, that's cool. But like if it's one game, like a Thursday night game that I have no interest in, like Baltimore's playing Pittsburgh. Now, yeah, I'm
If
intrigued
it's on,
by
of course
who
you're going to watch it. Yeah.
by who wins that, but I could give a fuck less.
I'm
about
praying
those
for
two.
injuries. That's what I'm hoping
Yeah, I'm praying for injuries.
I'm hoping a lot of people are running at high speeds right into each other.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Maybe even the Cleveland Browns team plane flies right into the stadium.
yeah,
I don't know.
takes them all out. I
Yeah.
get it. So yeah, I don't give a shit when it's just one game that I have no interest in.
Right. It was kind of fun to have no real vested interest in the game and watching the fans. That
Lose
fourth
their
quarter
damn
vibe.
Well,
'cause we were watching
we were
Cardinals
with cousin
Chargers.
James,
Right. And
who's
James
a
was
Chargers fan. He is a Chargers fan.
Yes, he was excited, to say the least. And they ended up losing the game. But
Hell of a game.
You see those Chargers fans get a little chirpy, and you're in the wrong stadium. And those boys out in Glendale, they don't play. Homer don't play that game.
They do
know
not.
what I mean?
Yeah, they do not play.
And we're up in the second level where that's where the riffraff normally. If you can't afford the tickets down low, you might be from Glendale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was rough up there. Those people were out
There
of
was
control.
some moments where you're like, okay, we're going to see a fight here. But it's normally just a lot of fuck you, fuck your whole family.
It's it's always fun to be at a new stadium and stuff. The thing about the Arizona stadium is, well, first of all, you know what I thought watching our cousin who is a Chargers fan in enemy territory watching a Cardinals game, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him, and he doesn't have a feeling of imminent danger. And that's an issue for me.
Yeah.
Because you should be in an enemy territory. Like if we went to a road game in the AFC North,
Oh my God.
that's a whole different thing, I guess, because it's a division thing and stuff. But, I mean, you should feel
A little
fear.
scared. A little scared.
You
At
should
least
be
a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like they were very congenial and amiable, and
He was literally
kinda
dancing.
that Arizona
literally
stuff.
dancing for
he was
first
doing
downs.
some disrespectful shit. Yeah,
First
I would
downs,
not do that.
Doing like robot moves.
Yeah.
Pointing at people.
And and I'm not saying you should go to a game in fear for your life or anything, but you should be held in check
Yeah.
by your surroundings. And I don't feel that the Arizona Cardinals environment does that. But they got the W, so who am I to judge? And Kurt Warner got in the Ring
That
of
was pretty
Honor.
cool. Seeing Kurt
Yeah, as a
and
side
his
note.
wife. I don't know, man.
About his wife?
Yeah.
She's got his haircut with blonde hair.
It's pretty intense, dude. Yeah, that's scary. It's a scary look.
She looks. At some point you got to sit her down and be like, "You think about growing that hair out or
anything? Yeah, because you're literally your hair is literally the same.
She looks like
length as
Justin
mine.
Bieber a little bit."
You are 47.
Yeah, she's Kurt Warner. That guy, he got nominated into the Ring of Honor for the Cardinals. That's fucking badass considering he was there for 4 years.
Yeah, oh yeah, but I mean, they hadn't been to the Super Bowl in what, since the 60s when they were in St. Louis?
Not never.
I think they had in St. Louis.
Maybe in a championship, not in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, sorry, not a Super Bowl, but they won the AFL championship.
This is they were a Chicago team, and then they were a St. Louis team,
Right.
and then they moved to Phoenix.
And he was the best. I mean, those years, he was incredible.
He's an amazing person. I think he should be in every Ring of Honor. Any team that he might have beat at any moment.
Yeah. He beat the Bengals a lot.
Did he? Maybe once or
us
twice.
both
Yeah,
times,
he
I
was an
think.
NFC guy usually, but he was tough. Loved that guy. Even though he's so Christian, his whole speech was so...
What
it was like, I felt like we were at a Joel Osteen thing. It was like, it was all God.
Thank you, God, for put me in this plan.
Everything.
Or something. What was it? I forget. It was a pretty good line, though. But at the same time, you can't really argue that when he says, God has a plan for me, man.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, I had faith and you guys didn't have a quarterback or what did he say? I had faith and you guys had a new home and I didn't have a home and I did have faith though and thought it was a great matchup. It was a beautiful little sermon.
My wife
I feel like he could speak at my church.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like I was at church for a minute there.
I did.
And then some Cardinals fan burped in my ear.
Right.
I snuck in some brandy, man.
You think he thanked God when San Antonio Holmes never touched his left foot in the end
'cause
zone?
that's an act of God.
That's an act of God. That's
Fuck
the devil's
that.
work.
Yeah, I hate those guys.
That's the devil's
But yeah,
work.
the guy next to me asked for a little nip of the brandy.
Yeah, you brought brandy.
Never met that guy.
Did you get some to him?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he had Ohio State hat on.
No, it was did he?
Yeah.
They had a Cardinals hat on.
No, he was right next to the left of you.
Yeah.
I sat next to him for the first quarter. Yeah.
Oh, is that where you moved?
No, I moved because
Ohio
James
State
looked
hat.
alone, and you went and got a hot dog, which was delicious.
Yeah, dude. First of all, I had 2 hot dogs at that.
You only gave me
stadium.
one.
Yeah.
Damn. Beautiful.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But earlier that
Football.
day, dude, we had an epic rainfall.
Yeah,
I
earlier
thought
in
we were
the
gonna
day, I
take a
thought that game
pontoon
was not
boat
going to go
out to
on.
the game.
It was crazy. I thought we've grew up in the Midwest where tornadoes are a thing. You know, we have all that weather.
Like rain for days out there. Yeah.
This was the craziest storm I've ever seen.
We got like 4
We've
inches
had-
in 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah, we've experienced probably some of the craziest storms I've ever.
A lot of girls in
witnessed
Arizona can
out
say
here.
that.
What's that?
4 inches in 6 hours.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it'll take you about 6 hours to get it done.
Between the three of us, we got like 15.
The storm the other day was the largest rainfall
In Arizona history.
In
Or
Arizona
one day in
24-hour period.
right.
That's wild.
Really wild. And I woke up, I remember in the middle of the night hearing the rain and being like, damn, that's pretty wild out there. But it sometimes gets that way, and you're like, all right,
It was
whatever.
windy. Yeah, it's monsoon.
And then you
season.
wake up and it's still going at 6.
Yeah.
And then you get on Facebook and you see people like, holy shit, I can't get across the highway.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know you live up in or you don't live up there, but you work up north where
I put the hours in up there. Yeah, John, I do.
that's what I do. I clock in.
I clock
And
in
I
and
clock
out
out.
up there. Yeah,
But
Cave Creek living.
that water up there, that's a different story than down here. You
well.
guys got the wash, and I always see, first of all, I always see on the news, Cave Creek, some flooding up there. Here's a house in Cave Creek.
Well,
So that's all I've literally never been there. So
it's there's a wash up there, and then also the reason that occurs is there's a town called New River,
right,
and it literally is called New River because every time it rains, there's a new river.
that's crazy.
And
Now normally the wash is literally completely dry.
the wash is formed through consistent rain over the years. So when it rains, a wash is created because that's where the river flows easily. But for the most part, if there's no rain, it's the driest thing you ever
Right,
seen.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
a little
yeah.
indentation in
It
the
wasn't
in the-
even there, and then
yeah.
it rains.
Nature's crazy. And then you're out here and you realize, torrential downpour and stuff like that, like a biblical rain.
Absolutely. Moses shit.
Yeah, this is Noah started building an ark. This shit was crazy, and you realize that the extremes that we see out here, that is crazy as shit. And then when it's not as crazy as shit like that with the rain, we're in the desert, and then you think about where we live, and we're not even supposed to live here.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody like in Africa in the middle of the Sahara, like, hey man,
This is it.
let's post up here, build a metropolis. What do you
Invite
think?
people. How hot does it get in the summer? Like 117 degrees
Yeah,
for 3 months.
unfathomably hot.
Cool. Send
Oh
them
yeah,
out.
any extreme weather stuff? You know what? We got a haboob that comes through every couple of weeks in
It'll
the
ruin
summertime.
your pool. It'll ruin your pool.
Yeah, exactly. You won't be able to see a thing. You ever seen the Mummy?
It'll be that without the mouth.
that sand wall on the Scorpion King one.
But I'm just saying, man, what I want to say is that I'm glad you're alive, dude. Glad you made it through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I
our
was
mother
sleeping
mom was
soundly.
texting me all day like, "Did you die?" I love that.
Did you
when
die?
Yeah,
How am I texting you back if I did?
I would text you back if I did die.
Yeah. Dead. I'm
That's-
dead. Just dead.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. And yeah, I had friends texting you, "Are you alive?" I am, man. Because then when you do watch the video, when you just watch the news, if you weren't living in Phoenix, you're like, God damn, what's going on in Phoenix? You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
yeah.
really, it wasn't that bad. Like we literally, it was 10th, or not 10, the 10, the highway and 43rd Avenue was literally
yeah.
underwater. But we drove on that later that day to get out to the stadium.
Well, yeah, because it was, it's going to calm down. And it does dry up pretty quickly. That, again, was the craziest thing about that day. Raining all day until about 10:30 in the morning. Nice as shit the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Here comes the sun.
People are, like, concerned with their well-being.
Mm-hmm.
There was a flood in a park not too far away that
Streets are closed.
people were putting they were floating in floaties.
And using jet skis.
Using jet skis. That's
Absolutely.
how much water was out there. It was crazy. But you see people, I saw people on a tube, and there was a little river that was flowing at this golf course up the way. And this thing was going, dude, like a rapid.
Yeah, dude.
You know what, in Indian school, on the bike
yeah.
path there,
Continental, what is that?
the
Continental, the golf course?
yeah, they took the tube and rode it down this thing. There was a rapid going.
And they're doing right.
And they did it.
How old are
I
these
saw a
kids?
video of it. Oh, probably 25.
Why not?
A couple of bottles of beer and just doing it.
Yeah, living
And,
life, dude. What are the cops going to get on this rapid?
That was
and chase
wild,
me?
man. Those guys are nuts.
That was a solid little Monday.
That was crazy, yeah. And then, Monday Night Football. So, that's what happened. What else you been up to this week?
I've been reading that PJ book a lot, dude.
That thing is huge.
diving. I actually just finished it, but
You tell me you read every word in that.
it's not like
Yeah, you dabble through
it's
it.
a lot of pictures, and it's literally interviews from the band, and then they'll just have dates throughout. It goes from 1990 to 2011. So it'll go through every year, and of course, 91 through like 95 is
Real
huge,
fuzzy
thick,
with
thick
heroin.
years. No heroin. They didn't get that too. They were just alcohol mainly.
They
And
didn't
they're,
fuck with age?
No, they weren't. They weren't the drug. Normally, those bands don't last, except for like the Rolling Stones.
Dave Grohl lasted.
Dave Grohl, he wasn't an H Train guy.
He did do it, though.
I
He
think
said.
he did it.
Yeah,
but,
he
I mean,
did it.
Kurt was the one who was
Have
doing
you ever
it.
heard him talk about that? Did you watch that interview on with Sam Jones with Dave Grohl?
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I think I taped it. It's good. Yeah, it's like an hour and a half.
What is it, unscripted or whatever that thing's called?
Yeah, he's an okay interviewer.
I like Dave Grohl. He's got great
But
stories.
Dave Grohl, yeah, he had some stuff that because he talks about what he would do.
I was just reading in the book about when after Kurt died, and months later, everything was crazy. You know, Kurt had killed himself, and they're coming back. They didn't know if they wanted to play music anymore, and then they fired.
Now this is in the Pearl
This
Jam
is in
book,
the Pearl Jam
because
book.
Pearl Jam and Nirvana came out of Seattle together
around the same
and around the same time.
They didn't know each other. That was the
But
thing.
they came up in around the same
Nirvana's
era.
album came out maybe 3 weeks before.
And in the
10
very
came out.
kind of comparable vein of music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And well, I would say I don't know what grunge is. They didn't either.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying the
They're
whole time.
different.
Everybody made them this grunge sound, but
Flannel shirts and scrunchy jeans.
but the same type of music, and they didn't really know each other at all. And for a while, didn't like each other. But either way, after Kurt died, he Pearl Jam fired their drummer, and then there were, of course, rumors swirling everywhere. And it wasn't like they had the internet and all that stuff. So the rumor was that Dave Grohl was going to join Pearl Jam.
Oh shit!
And he literally, Dave Grohl tells a story where he's like, he was in, I think, New York City, and he heard that the drummer for Pearl Jam was doing some signings down the street, and he said, "Oh, cool, we'll go say what's up." So he goes, and this is right after he'd been fired, but he didn't know that. Nobody told Dave Grohl that he'd been fired, and the rumor was that Dave Grohl was going to be the new drummer. So he walks in, and this guy's like, "Man, is it true? Like, what the fuck? You're the new drummer for Pearl Jam?" And he's like, "What are you fucking talking about? No."
So he just coincidentally was
On the same day, coincidentally, in New York City, and they run into each other. So that was just a weird story, but it's a cool book just because I've always loved their music, and hearing all the backstories about it and how they made the song, or it's just cool. And then you want to go listen to it again because now you always had your thoughts of what he was talking about or what it meant, and then it is actually cool to get some either confirmation that you were right or this is what he was thinking about, or
Sometimes
really cool.
it's nicer to have your own thought about what the song.
No, it
means,
is, and you
too.
still can, but
No, you can't, John.
you can't because
No, you
know.
can't.
But it's cool. One of my favorite songs, "Wish List." They literally, it's just weird how some songs they can spend weeks or months working on, and it doesn't work out or it becomes a hit. But like this one song, literally, Mike McCready, their guitarist, called Eddie Vedder up and said, "Hey, I got some studio time. Do you want to just come down? We got some time. Do you want to come down and hang out?"
Yeah.
And he did, and they started doing this little riff, and wrote it right there. 20 minutes, just wrote the whole song.
Well, it is crazy when you're that good at that art that sometimes it does come easily to you.
Yeah.
The
So that's what I've been doing, reading about Pearl Jam and doing laundry.
the Dave Grohl perspective on that interview was interesting because he talked about how it's almost kind of, and I think we've talked about this before, how sometimes you think like, oh, success sometimes is so lucky. A lot of people have luck doing it. And yes, there's always the aspect of luck, but it also comes with a bunch of years of experience and like knowing certain things because of certain things occurring in your life and being able to learn from them. And you look at Dave Grohl and it's like, well, the Foo Fighters thing, I mean, that was all luck. Well, no, I mean, the Foo Fighters thing was a guy that had literally been in the Nirvana shit, just blew the fuck up, right?
Bigger than
and nobody
anything in the
knew
world,
what
yeah.
the fuck had happened.
They were
all
in
of
a
a
van
sudden,
1 week, and they were the
Yeah.
biggest band on the planet.
in the world the next. And then all of a sudden everything happened. And after Nirvana ended, obviously, through Kurt Cobain's death, Dave Grohl stepped away, not only with a ludicrous amount of money, obviously, from that band, but also having experienced everything that a band would ever experience ever
Timestamp.
in a 3-year period, maybe less than that, even
like 91 to 94. When he
so
died.
3-year period.
Yeah.
And then you take that, you learn from that, you realize what not to do, and you realize also what you want to do. And he had the capital also to be able to, kind of do some marketing with the band too. But he's a fucking great.
Yeah.
He put on, and now they're one of the best bands.
And that was like one of the first things he did, or he didn't write music for a while after Kurt's death, right? And then he went and did that first Foo Fighters album, or those were all his songs, and he plays on them.
Yeah,
he plays all the studio stuff.
Yeah,
and then he has band, the Foo Fighters. Not to say the Foo Fighters aren't a real band, but I mean, he mainly plays all that shit himself: the guitar part, the bass part, sings, and does the drums.
Oh, in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't
just
know
like,
that.
I think I can
everything.
do it better than you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
well,
the
it's
band,
like
of course,
Don
plays
Henley.
it live. Yeah.
I don't fucking come in and do your guitar solos, do I?
That'd be like me asking to play the solo on Hotel California.
Yeah, exactly.
Don Felder, Mr. Felder, they call him.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was an interesting interview. Actually, I watched that a couple weeks ago. And then what else did I watch this week? I watched Joan Rivers passed away, and I watched her documentary on Netflix, and that's worth checking out because you get just a better perspective on how not only how great of a hard worker she is and how funny she truly is, but also how overall, like, kind of disrespected not only she feels, but she pretty much has been.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Johnny Carson thing.
I have not seen the documentary. I'm not going to sit here and act like I
But you kind of know. Well, she took a late night show. Johnny Carson pretty much gave her the leg into Hollywood.
Yeah, she hosted.
And then she was the regular host, which was a big thing back then. And then her and, like, Steinberg was one of the guys, David Steinberg. And among others. And then she took her own late night show, and the first person she called, I mean, Fox comes to her, says, "Do you want your own late night show?" And she's like, "Yes, of course." And they do the deal, and then first person she calls is Carson, and he hung up the phone very angrily and never talked to her again.
That's crazy.
And after that, her whole career kind of could have fallen apart. But the things that she went through and the way that she got back into relevance and the doors that she broke down for female comedy, which I usually am not a big fan of female comedians, but she's fucking funny.
Yeah.
She always was, and now she's gone.
Rest in peace, Joan Rivers, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I saw Lily Tomlin. Mom took me to see Lily Tomlin.
She came up the same era.
Yeah. She was funny.
She was something else, yeah. She was kind of very out there. She would be, if she came up in the era now, she would be dominating. Because alt comedy is all, she's kind of Sarah Silverman, Maria Bamford type. She was doing it before any of them. That's crazy. But the old comics.
I didn't know that. All I really knew of her was, red carpet, and she was very famous for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. No, yeah, Carson pretty much, I wouldn't call it, I guess kind of blacklisted her from a lot of stuff. She was never on NBC late night for the rest of her career until the late 2000s when she was on Trump's Apprentice. Celebrity Apprentice was her first time back on NBC late night.
Damn.
They lose that. The Fox show, they get the Fox show. Fox ratings go down within the first year. They tell her to fire her manager. Her manager is her husband. She doesn't fire her manager because he is her husband. They lose the show. They cancel the show. A year within the next 6 months, her husband and her are in such deep doldrums in their career, he ends up killing himself.
Jesus.
And her whole life is like hitting rock bottom.
Wow.
And she persevered through that.
And I heard that like this, her death was because she was in outpatient surgery or something like that.
I know, I saw that.
They saw something in the neck or in the throat area, and then when they really should have stopped what they were doing and taken her to a hospital, the doctor tried to fix it himself, and obviously that did not end up going very well.
They could be suing
malpractice.
Yeah, I think, which is unfortunate, but I mean, she couldn't. She was 81, but she was a healthy 81.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't look.
She was doing
plastic surgery. She didn't look anything like she. I see old pictures of her, and it's like, what?
I know.
It doesn't even look like the same person.
No, yeah, it doesn't look like her at all. But
it's like John McCain.
Comparable.
You know what I mean?
Very comparable.
Those eyebrows.
But yeah, that was the That was Joan Rivers documentary. That was good.
Johnny Carson, King of Late Night. That's a good documentary too.
That's a good one too. That's like 4 hours. That's deep.
I did it over a 2-night period.
I have too.
But you're just like, wow, I had no idea all this stuff.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, and then you watch all these things about comics, and then you realize how miserable we all are.
Yeah, not to say that you all are, but a lot of it turns out to be wow. I was actually, what's his name? Richard Lewis was on Olbermann.
I love Richard Lewis.
Did you see that? He was on Olbermann. He was talking about Robin Williams, and he was like, I've known him for 30 years. He's like, but I really never ever felt like I knew him. You know what I mean? Knew him.
Well, and then the thing, yeah, some of them take it to the extreme, right? Robin Williams was the funniest person ever, right?
The quickest.
And one of the quickest, because what he did was he was able to observe so much. And he observed, and then he spit out what he observed. He was able to take it all in and then put it out in the funniest way possible. Right. And he told these truths because he's just observing things and spitting them back out to you, observing humans and whatever we do. But the thing about comics are, the best comics are not only self-aware, but they're also aware of everything else that's going on around them. They're aware of other people, too aware. And if you're so aware, the depression actually makes sense because you're so aware that you're constantly saying what's wrong with yourself, right? You're overanalyzing what's going on inside. And then that just leads to you being fucking miserable if you're always constantly overanalyzing everything. Right. Because by definition, a comic is an over-observer.
Right.
And it does make sense to some of the stuff that he went through, but we lost him. They die in threes, don't they? Joan Rivers, Robin Williams, Bacall. And then Lauren Bacall, yeah. And they were all kind of the same era. I mean, obviously Lauren Bacall's not up in our wheelhouse, so to speak, but she was a great actress in her own right.
It's crazy, man.
They always die in threes.
We're still here, though, man. We're still here.
Amen to that.
Just had a 20-piece McNugget.
20-piece McNugget. Think about washing it down with an ice cream sandwich. I don't know.
Those are good. How good is an ice cream sandwich when you really want one? I think that's why you keep them in the fridge.
I keep ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. I'm a very simple man with my treats. I like straight.
Did you got a favorite ice cream treat?
Oh, I like. It's like an ice cream sandwich. I like it. It's easy. It's simple.
Good.
I like. Good. You know what I like sometimes is just a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking like vanilla bean ice cream or just
plain old
vanilla?
Or I don't know. What's the vanilla?
Yeah,
vanilla
bean. Vanilla's great.
But like, I don't like all the bunch of flavors and stuff. I just need
fugazi.
Yeah, I just need that. Give me some vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go, you know what? I remember being on a big peanut butter and chip kick. Those are good.
Peanut butter and chip kick.
Yeah, not kick. Literally. Eating it all the time.
Is that ice cream?
Hunks of peanut butter, and at UDF I would get it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chocolate chips.
Oh my god, yeah, I've done that.
Damn, that's good.
How
about those chocolate or the chocolate chip sandwiches? The choc chip, I forget what they're called.
Chocolate chip
ice cream sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Chocowitch or something like that?
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a.
Just trying to figure out the name.
Yeah.
Choco Tacos.
Choco Tacos are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Simple to the point.
I like
a good McFlurry, a little Blizzard every once in a while.
Absolutely, dude.
I don't have a crazy sweet tooth, but man, every once in a while I got a hankering.
I got a real hankering for a sausage McMuffin.
Yeah, and
those are good, man. Ice cream is great, and Adam is a good man. Brings home some Otter Pops. Sometimes we
have Otter Pops in our freezer.
God,
almost all the time, just in case.
You need an Otter Pop?
Yeah. Hey, man. You kind of seem down in the dumps. You need an Otter Pop?
I think that's why it's good to have something like that in there, because you forget that you want one, and then sometimes you're like, holy shit, I got an ice cream sandwich in the freezer. I'm going to have that.
Yeah, I'll keep it in there. They might be in there for weeks.
I used to do that. Remember, I used to do that to Dad, is eat the last drumstick.
And then put the box
back in.
That's very disrespectful.
It is, but you know, when he's mad at you, when you're mad at somebody, and you know that, or weeks earlier, he had been like, just throw the box away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that there's one in there, and then did it on purpose.
Yeah.
God damn it!
That's rough.
Well, yeah, you can really get somebody, you can really ruin a day if they've been thinking about it. What is that, Dane Cook joke? I've been thinking about that ice cream all day, man. Really? That's what you're thinking about all day? Maybe that's why you're living in this fucking dump.
Yeah. Sometimes I think about ice cream all day.
Yeah, but it's true, though. You can think about a drumstick. I'm going to get home and eat that drumstick.
I was like, there's an American Dream that Ben and Jerry's. That's a good one. Colbert's.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like fish food from.
You know
Ben
what?
and
No, I
Jerry's.
never did it
Rocky
for me.
Road, you can't beat Rocky Road.
Fish food never did it for me. I like, and then Grater's we have out here.
Black raspberry chip.
Raspberry chip. If you are listening to this and you're not familiar with Grater's ice cream,
You haven't lived.
get to a Kroger's or Fry's and get some of that, dude. It is in there. Black raspberry chip, Grater's ice cream. That's one of the best. That's one of those things where, and I can't even eat the whole pint, but man, sometimes I just need 5 scoops of it.
Yeah,
And
I
you
used
feel
to
like
be
you're
on
better.
I used to love coffee ice cream.
You did love coffee
Remember
ice
that?
cream.
That's a weird thing
From
to really like.
Aglamisi's,
I don't even it was like the only thing I get.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, they'd be like, "I'll have coffee ice cream." Really, mint chocolate chip though is like if you forget about that one and go back to it,
I like it. Yeah, it's one of those things you got to kind of be in the mood for.
Absolutely.
I like. You know what I've kind of dabbled with more lately. This as I grown up. Kind of get older. This gelato.
I like that.
We know about that gelato.
Mature dessert decisions.
Yeah.
I do. Gelato's great. The G
Gelato's
spot up
crazy.
here at Scottsdale.
There's a
and
spot called the G spot.
Well, it's the gelato spot. But
It's tough to find.
yeah, you can take days to find the G spot. But it's funny. And then they have the people always have the G spot shirt on, and then some like vague sexual innuendo on the back of their shirt.
It ain't
like,
cold in the middle.
Yeah, good God. Yeah, just keep feeling around. Like that is very
Jesus.
okay.
The
Great gelato up there.
I love gelato. I'll tell you how you pair a gelato. You get yourself 2 flavors, and you approach it real calmly. And you want to get a base flavor, whether it be something kind of bland.
Did you ever approach ice cream any other way than calm?
I'm always very calm when I approach it.
I just don't know anybody who's not calm.
I know some people that are like,
just, I gotta have it all.
You gotta stay in your wheelhouse. You can't deviate too much from the norm. You're gonna want to get a solid base flavor. I like to do, good, chocolate or vanilla or something kind of bland, and then you pair that with a nice fruity, a real good, you got
kiwi,
forest berry.
strawberry?
Let me get some
Forest
forest berry.
berry. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's flavorful.
And it tastes good.
And it's probably 5 different berries I've never heard of.
Boysenberry?
Well, I know forest berry is not a real thing.
No.
Is it?
Snozberries, though.
These schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
These snozberries.
Is that a real thing?
I
Schnozberry?
don't believe snozberries.
You know what is a real thing? Is, what is it?
Racism.
Huckleberries? Aren't those a real thing?
I think huckleberries are real.
I didn't know. I thought that was just a hound. Those are a real
Huckleberry
thing.
hound.
Yeah.
Forgot about that guy.
I didn't know.
That's a good dude.
That's a real thing, and then it just doesn't sound like something that's real.
No, it doesn't.
Huckleberry?
Mm-mm.
Got yourself some huckleberries?
Yeah, I'll have a huckleberry.
I hit her with the old hucklebuck. What'd you do to her?
It's right by the G spot. It's down there by the store.
Other things going on in the world. You know what I succeeded in, and you know what's always funny about doing comedy is like when people are like, "How are things going with you?" In the back of my mind, I want to tell them, "Well, you know what? I really tightened up a Jeffrey Dahmer joke I've been trying to practice the past couple. I finally got it.
But then they
really got it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's always weird. You can't really tell anybody where you're really at with the comedy. How's this comedy thing going? You know what? I got this thing about. Well, I learned how to finger fuck when I was 15.
Oh my God!
And I got a 4-minute joke.
Would you like me to show you and your
that
girlfriend?
will make you cry. It's so good. And it's weird being able to elaborate on accomplishments. So you just vaguely tell people, it's going okay.
Yeah, got some good ideas
Yeah, it's going good.
about
I don't
finger
know.
fucking.
Because it's just, they don't know. And they don't care. People always are like,
Yeah, they
how's,
just asked.
how's the thing?
It's a polite
Or
thing
like,
to do.
oh, when's your next show? Well, if I told you, you're not going to be there.
Right.
But it's coming up this weekend. You going to come? Oh, you know what? I got a thing that night. Don't you always have that thing that night? That's weird.
You're going to shower.
Nor
that
do
night,
I
right?
give a shit. Quit asking me. Fucking skip the pleasantries. I don't give a shit.
It's just you save that stuff for old friends, people that you really care about. Acquaintances, yeah, asking when's your next show.
I
That's one
fucking
thing.
hate it so much. When's your next show? Oh, I want to come see you. Do you?
Yeah, act on it.
Because wanting and doing are weirdly different.
That is very true.
I fucking hate that. But that's what I did this week. What'd you do? What else is going on?
I got
Big
the
accomplishments with
Grimaldi's
you?
is it's closed for the week. They're doing some renovations. We're going to put a 60-inch TV back there behind the bar.
One of them?
Big one. All right, we're going to keep the 2 on the side, and then a big 16-inch TV right in the middle. It's going to be nice.
What is it going to just be pictures of slices of pizza?
It's a TV, Mike.
I don't know. I mean, you guys aren't known to show football all the time.
Well, that's the idea, is to get people in there to watch the game.
Nice little foot traffic.
It is. It's going to be
Call
good.
a
See
little
that big
foot
old
traffic.
TV, have them pop in, and all that wine, the stuff holding the wine's going to be down, all that's going to be gone. It's going to be nice. I rode by there today.
And then you guys just changed up all your... You don't even serve hard liquor anymore. So you got a
just
bunch
beer
of
and
extra.
wine. Yeah.
Why? What happened there? Last time you were serving hard liquor, didn't you have somebody throw up in the ice bucket?
Oh, man. I think I know exactly who that was. But no, I don't think that was the reason we lost the liquor. We didn't lose it. It was just a decision.
Whatever. You say potato, I say whiskey. That'll be good. 60-inch TV coming in there. So you're off from Grimaldi's all week.
Yeah.
You guys are just shut down.
Yeah, shut down
That's
for the
not
whole
good
week.
for business.
Well, no. But it's needed. So it will be good for business. Well, they're making a couple building new ovens as well.
Well,
Yeah.
that could go to a very, very bad genocide joke, but we'll move on from that.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I didn't know it was
We'll
going
skip
that
that one
way.
over. Well, I was thinking of Joan Rivers. I've been watching her documentary. She usually went straight to that. Well, that's exciting.
Full disco.
Other than that, we've got this week's episode is brought to you by
PoleDisco.com.
Pole Disco.
Go get yourself some pole disco, fellas.
Go to poledisco.com, check out some things, and maybe say, hey, you know what? This could work for my next tailgate.
Absolutely. It's coming up. What are you doing on Sunday?
Or
You're going to a
Saturday.
game.
College football.
Or
pro
Friday after
football,
work. Or maybe even at
Frisbees.
lunch during
Got a
work.
Monday night football game coming up?
That might not go so well at lunch during work, but
I wouldn't do it at work, yeah.
set it up in a hallway or something. That'd be nice.
So, either way. And you know what? A little fun fact. As we close out the week, I just saw that a former FBI director is going to investigate the league's handling of the Ray Rice case. Not looking good for anybody, really. This is going to be a bad one. But either way, we are going to get out of here. John, you got any closing thoughts here?
No, just go out there and be the best person that you can be. You know what I mean? All week. Try and focus on the positive. Live life to the fullest.
That's real deep, man. Do you think that all yourself?
No, I just read that in the Pro Jam book. That's how Matt Cameron leads his life.
Oh, really?
He says,
Cameron
live
Curl?
life to the fullest and focus on the positive.
That's pretty good. The Harbaughs had something about, what do they say? They say, does anybody have it better than us?
Who's got it better than us?
Who's got it better
Nobody.
than us? And I don't like John Harbaugh, but I'll take Jim Harbaugh any day.
That's a good attitude, yeah.
All right, and then we're going to close this out. We opened you with Atmosphere. We're going to close out comparable to Atmosphere, but actually an artist added to Atmosphere, Murs, and together they make the group Felt. So
Love these guys.
yeah, let's close it out with this. This is one of my favorites. Should we do Dirty Girl maybe, or Woman tonight? Let's
Dirty
go.
Girl's strong. I love Dirty Girl.
Dirty Girl. Yeah, let's
Dirty.
we're going to start
Dirty.
close you out with Dirty Girl by Felt. We love you all in very weird ways.
Love you guys.
Have a great week, and hooday.
Who day? All day.
I love you like a rap kid loves breaks. Dirty, you're such a dirty girl, yeah. 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 Came to get an oil change for my girlfriend's car, but by the time I left, I was short of breath and broken hearted. There she was, bent over a motor, dirty cap with a ponytail that sat between her shoulders, with an oil streak that must have kissed your cheekbone. Thick and voluptuous, I wish that we could be alone. I would love to touch you, rub you, see what's covered up under that greasy blue jumpsuit. Standing there holding that dripping dipstick with a firm grip, yet so delicate. And the way you took that orange oil rag and wiped it clean is guaranteed to get repeated in my dreams. You make me wild, feels like puppy love. Got so lost in your smile when you asked me what the mileage was, and if I ever learned how to change my own oil. Promise that this customer is gonna remain so loyal. Dirty, dirty, you're such a dirty girl, yeah. Dirty, dirty, you're such a dirty girl, yeah. Dirty, dirty, you're such a dirty girl, yeah. Dirty, dirty, you're such a dirty girl. Now there's this hamburger stand 30 minutes out of town. Used to go for the best veggie burgers around. That wasn't till I met this round, guaranteed to astound. Short order chef, eyes deeper than sound. She wore a dirty green apron like a silk nightgown. Them cappuccino fingernails wrote my order down. 3 dots tattooed between the thumb and the index. 24 waist held a holster for the Windex. Heat from the grill made a mascara drip. The sweat on her face showed the fuzz on the lip. Them work pants couldn't hide the love in them hips. Call it bad taste, but this girl was the shit. It's the way that hairnet kinda covered up her ear. Had me asking why the fuck she was even working here. But next time I get hungry, I'ma drive to Pasadena, cause I just gotta see her. Mi linda cochina. Dirty, dirty, you're such a dirty girl, yeah. 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 I've been staring at you, oh wow, I've been staring at you, oh wow, I've been staring at you, oh wow.
Hey, you'll listen to another show on the 4Odd Radio Network. For more shows, you can go and check out 4oddradio.com. How they say?